What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Driller, and welcome everyone to WWE NXT UK review, the show from February 20th, 2019. Yes, it was the 20th. And they were still in Phoenix, Arizona. Your commentators, Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness. So let's get right to it. The show opened up with Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster versus the Coffee Brothers, Mark and Joe from Gauntlet, or should I say, representing Gauntlet. I didn't care for the match that much, folks. The only match I cared about on the show was the NXT UK Women's Championship between Rhea Ripley versus the champion Toni Storm. But the match itself, I thought it was solid. And then we got the Coffee Brothers winning, which Mark picked up the win over Webster in the match. So yeah, nothing else to say about that. Next we get to Trent Seven warming up for this match, and we'll get to who he wrestled against. Then we get some Nia Samuels highlights. I said before that Nia Samuels who looks almost like Victoria or Terra for those who seen her from TNA, which is now Impact Wrestling. But yeah, they show a video package of Nia Samuels, and she's pretty good. I'll say that she is pretty good, and I do see some potential in her. We'll see how that develops more of her on NXT UK. She's first off, just being an enhancement talent, and then she's also they started having her win matches. I guess you should say about 2 matches lately so far, and we will see what more they do with her. So they've been very strong, and we'll see. And again, we'll see where it goes from there. Then we get to Jordan Devlin, who talks about just coming off of the World's Collide tournament, and I talk about Norm Dar, and we'll see a program between those two. Where it takes to that, So then we get to Kaylee Ray highlights of her. She also was talking about she also was being interviewed in that as well. As the highlights were showing and all that. And basically like a sit down interview that she did. Anyway, basically from the Mayan Classics and from other wrestling promotions she's wrestled at, and they came in to see more of her when she makes her official NXT UK debut. So not yet when she's gonna debut, but we'll be seeing more of her whenever we get to. Then we get to Trent 7. He goes up against Shane Thorne. Match itself, I thought it was pretty decent. And then in the end, you get Trent 7 and ends up going over onto Shane Thorne. Hopefully we see more Shane Thorne on NXT UK to see how he can be developed on NXT UK. And as far as where things being on NXT, I don't know. There's something about that where it pertains to Shane Thorne not wrestling for NXT anymore and just to wrestle on NXT UK. I don't know if that is true or not, but we gotta wait and see how that turns out. Then we get to gentleman Jack Gallagher. He was on the show, and he was being talked about if that he's gonna be wrestling for NXT UK. He's still gonna wrestle on 205 Live, but he's also gonna be wrestling on NXT UK as well because he is also from the United Kingdom. So I'll look forward to seeing that. So that was not much to say about that. They just let us know about that situation. So there you go. Then we see Joseph Connor. He was being interviewed at the Performance Center. Excuse me. Talks about Ligero, and basically it's not over between those two yet. Basically it was brought up the fact that Ligero did wrestle Joseph Connor, and Joseph Connor did suffer a loss against him. So we're gonna see more of that rivalry build up between those two. So there you go. Then we get to the NXT UK Tag Team Champions, which it is Zach Gibson and Drake and James Drake, and they're calling themselves Gizzled Young Veterans. That's their tag team names, by the way. Because I've talked about this before, where it pertains to Zach Gibson talking about the word that he kept repeating, kept saying Gizzled. Well, there you go. So he says he cuts promo. He does all the talking. and says that talks about how he's Liverpool's #1, and talks about how that he and James Drake are gizzled, and they are the NXT Tag Team Champions, and talk about how they're the best tag team, and talk about that he should be sitting at home instead of traveling, and wasting his time in Phoenix, Arizona. But John Cena assist him to do so, along with James Drake, and it's all just about 205 and NXT, what pertains to no one on that brand can measure up against James Drake and himself, Zach Gibson, and they talk about 1 and 2. He didn't say 1 and 2, but he basically mentions Danny Burch and Orton Larkins, or should I say, because the whole 1 2, Orton Larkin and Danny Burch, because Orton Larkin always does the one gesture finger, and then you got Danny Burch always does the 2 gesture finger. And then he's also James Drake says soon. I'm not James Drake. I meant to say Zach Gibson says soon. That's one of my favorite words to use too as well. They'll be recognized as what pertains to the NXT UK Tag Team Championship titles to be ones that should be recognized as the only belts to be featured more. And also we get to 1 2, which is Danny Burch and Orton Larkin and Danny Burch. So Danny Burch comes out, cuts a promo. He talks about how he represents being British, representing NXT UK, representing NXT, and he's also is proud to be teaming up with Orton Larkin, and it's an honor it is as well. And then he says, why wait till next week? Let's do it right now, And also, and Orton Larkin agreed to it, and then they start rushing into the ring. Basically, the Gizzle young veterans, who are the NXT UK Tag Team Champions, teasing to fight them, but then as soon as they got in the ring, all of a sudden they bailed out of the ring, and there you go. So basically, the whole thing of it's not they'll fight on we'll fight on our team. Sorry, folks. Messed up here a little bit, and I apologize. I was trying to say, the way they were saying it. The way they presented it, of them leaving the ring, instead of fighting Orton Larkin and Danny Burch. They was like, we're not gonna fight on your time. We're gonna fight on our time, and obviously on their time it's gonna be next week. Sorry, folks. About that. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it. Nothing else to it to say about that. Also, we get to a split screen of Rhea Ripley and Toni Storm warming up for the main event matches. Excuse me. And there you go. Obviously, there was not. I said split screen because they're both in a different location. As they're warming up for the main event. All right, and also to know as well, next week, Walter versus Cassius Ohno. There you go. So now, the main event, Rhea Ripley, the challenger, versus Toni Storm, the champion, for the WWE NXT UK Women's Championship. So Rhea Ripley got a jump before the match started, and the referee checked on Toni Storm if she could continue. I mean, of course she's going to continue. It's for the title, but whatever, right? So the match happens. Obviously Rhea Ripley was dominating the match on Toni Storm, attacking the back of Toni Storm, even outside the match. Of the ring, excuse me. And the match continued back in there, and then Toni Storm did get some offense in the match. And yeah, so and also I got to point this out, by the way. Towards the end of the match, Rhea Ripley was rammed into the ring, shoulder first into the ring post. Gotta protect her to make sure she loses, right? And sure enough, that's what happened. So Toni Storm, after the ring post spot, shoulder first by Rhea Ripley, she goes for the Storm Zero, which is the tackle bomb, and gets the 3 count in the win. So you're a winner and still your NXT UK Women's Champion, Toni Storm. As far as the match was, I thought the match was good. No, I mean, it could have been better. That's all I'm gonna say from that. But other than that, Toni Storm. Yeah, I expect her to retain anyways because they're gonna build up Toni Storm being the NXT UK Women's Champion against another one who's up and coming and winning matches on her own, which is Jinny. And Jinny also pertains to for the past few weeks that she talks about Toni Storm and talks about how she wants to beat Toni Storm and she wants to go back to the NXT UK Women's Championship title, which Toni Storm is the champion. And obviously, Toni Storm was going to be winning against Rhea Ripley, and there you go. So basically, it was predictable in a way, but I wish they could have done a better job to make it look like it was unpredictable, but they didn't do that. Instead, they just they just did it in a way that Toni Storm look at basically I guess you could say they tried to do a good job making sure looking like Toni Storm was going to win because she was serving her back a little bit, but other than that, they still couldn't submit the fact that Toni Storm was in jeopardy of losing the title. That's just me. There you go. That was basically it. And that's other than I can't think of anything else that happened on the show that they may announce it for next week. But there you go. So talking about wrestling for NXT UK from February 20th, 2019. If I go remember, I believe it was 3 matches. Yes, 3 matches. And my overall rating for the show, I'm gonna go 6. Yeah, I'll just go 6 now. That's the number, 6 out of 10. That's the best I could go for right now. Decent show, so that's why I'm going for 6 out of 10. Or should I say at least like a decent to solid show. But yeah, there you go. So that being said, thank you all for watching. It's the Natural Born Driller saying peace on the streets.